All right, guys, what's up? So I got comments asking me about MANCERA red tobacco, original versus red tobacco intense. First, let's just take a look at the bottle. I got this nice red bottle. We got the gold accents. This is probably my favorite bottle from them. I just like it. I like how they look. I like everything about it. Like, there's really nothing wrong with it. You get a sick magnetic cap. I think the bottle, the sprayer is really good. I'll just spray it. Big, big sprays. And that's strong fragrance, so this room's about to be... Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's good. So some people can't handle the opening on this, but I don't see any problem with the opening on this personally now. At the beginning of my journey, though, the opening was too challenging for me. It was a leathery style of this synthetic patent leather, kind of leather tanning chemical. I think it's supposed to be patchouli and tobacco coming together and making this kind of accord. I feel that the tobacco in this is a misnomer. I don't see how this is tobacco-centered fragrance, and I will give you guys my quintessential tobacco fragrance in my recommendations towards the end of this analysis. But I'm here today because Pathfinder, I think Pathfinder 3009, I'll put his comment on the screen for you. He asked me, hey John, can you tell me about MANCERA red tobacco and intense? Why do you like the original more now? I like the original more now. And it's a really simple answer, and I could keep this really short. The original is stronger. Who cares? I care. The original has this insane performance, and it has a whole different trajectory that it goes on. But they're so similar, it's almost like splitting hairs when you just smell it like a sample, right? But when you wear these for a while, like I wore 15 mLs of this before I got it, right? And I have this, and there's already a slight dent forming. This is a relatively new addition to my collection, the full bottle. This is the original that I'm holding. They look very similar, so I'll just tell you when I'm talking about the other one. So I wore 15 mLs of this over the course of like a year, right? Which means that's pretty good. That means I kept reaching for it. I had a 10 ml decant of it, and that's when I made my decision. When I finished that decant, I made my decision to get this. Even though I had the intense already, I still decided to get the original. Now I would get rid of the intense completely. And the reason is not because it smells so much different, but because this one commits to what it is. It seems to be more self-aware. It seems to be less serious. I mean, it is a pretty formidable fragrance, and it does have a serious thing to it, but I don't know, as it dries down, it's like a cozy, easy to wear, loud vanilla fragrance that I can get behind. It doesn't have that obnoxious vanilla. It actually mixes vanilla, patchouli, and musky kind of things and woody things, and this spiciness, and then you have this leathery darkness that kind of hangs with it. Really, really good masculine fragrance. It has punchiness, you know. This one doesn't try to compromise itself in any way. The original just is what it is. It embraces what it is. It knows what it is. It's self-aware, and it's just committed to being itself. I don't like the intense anymore. Now that I understand the two, and I've had a lot of wearings on the two, I see it a little clearer. I think the intense, let's grab the intense here. It looks the same, guys. Yeah, the intense, it just says intense right there, and that's your big difference. So I don't even think there's, yeah, it's basically the same bottle, same everything, right? But the intense, for me, is compromised. It has changes to it that didn't need to occur. It didn't even need to do this. Like, for this fragrance profile, there's already stuff out there that beats it. Why try to delve into the classy, upscale, reserved fragrance profile, like the refined fragrance profile? Now, this is now subjective taste that we're getting into. But if you want something more refined, something safer, something a little bit closer to the skin, I mean, less performing for sure. It's less absurd, it's less bombastic, and it's just compromised in my opinion. I don't think the intense, compared to the original, needed to exist. Now, in isolation, the intense is really easy to wear. It's really good, it's not bad at all. But when we compare them, I need to have a clear and decisive winner. And for me, it's the original every time. The opening, dry down, they're different. This one's denser. It has a little bit more darkness, a little bit more smokiness, a little bit denser. And even this like westernized style of oud, just a flicker of this oud is in this, especially close to your skin. It does hang with you. It is there. But this is way, way darker and denser of a fragrance. So the biggest difference is the dry down for me personally. The original goes vanilla more. It goes warm, spicy cloud, like this really sweet, spicy, semi-gourmand tobacco fragrance. This one goes more into the woody, dark, kind of incensey, little bit smokier vibe. It's a upscale, more upscale, refined smell, right? But it's compromised. I'd say the performance is like half, not even half of what the original is. But you do get away from that vanilla quite a bit. You do get away from that sweet base, and you go more into this dark, woodier base, this denser, woodier, extrait kind of base. This lasts a long time, but it doesn't really project. I've literally sat next to people while wearing a lot of this, and they couldn't smell it. And this was multiple times, and that's crazy to me because I think I was wearing so much, and I just don't understand how they didn't smell it like a few feet away. You know, like even like right next to me in a car, didn't smell this fragrance. But whenever I wear Red Tobacco Original, it seems to be no problem in the air. It plays nice in the air. When you smell these both up close, they start to smell really similar. But as you wear them and the dry down's occurring and it's out there in the air, or even better, if someone else you know wears it, like I have a friend who wears the original, and it just is awesome in the air. It smells great, guys. When you smell the scent trail on the original, it's fruitier, more vanilla. It's got more sweetness to it. It's not disgusting though, and it has a spiciness to it. The original is just far superior in my opinion, and that's really, you could just stop the video at this point, and that's it. Original's way better. I just like it. It's cheaper, right? It's twice as strong performing in my opinion. It doesn't sacrifice its identity to try to be something else, and I think the Intense sort of does that. Now in a vacuum, they're both nice. To regular people, you won't smell really much of a difference at all, especially if you just sample these and smell the strip or something. You're not even going to notice the difference. Really, it's hard to tell the difference until you put like a lot of wears into both of them, and then you start to see that the original just has more. You'll end up reaching for the original more. Now, if you have a sensitive nose, the Intense is just easier to deal with. It's still quite challenging, guys. Like to normal people, spraying and then smelling this like right away, it's got this synthetic opening that's a blast. It's the same opening in both, I'd say. I think Red Tobacco Original, though, just is a little bit more synthetic and a little bit more heavy-handed, but I like it. I like it for that. It's perfect for that. If I want something refined and upscale, I'll get something else. There's a lot of other great fragrances to do that same thing. I mean, this fragrance profile in general is competing with Carlisle. It's competing with Herod. It's competing with all these pseudo-tobacco gourmands, and there's tons of them. There's Naxos. There's Pure Havane. There's Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, which I think is the quintessential starter for tobacco people out there. If you want a tobacco-centric fragrance, like something that really features a prominent, easy-to-wear note of tobacco, kind of on the border of masculinity but mass appeal. It's got identity, but it still has mass appeal. It's almost even a nostalgic style of smell. Like it smells like cigars that you've smelled when you were a kid and like, I don't know, people were smoking cigars nearby. Vanilla is perfect in this, the fruity kind of vanilla base, the spices that they put in this. Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille is the reference tobacco fragrance, in my opinion, for the normal people out there, for the mass majority of just regular people out there who like fragrances. Tobacco Vanille is going to do the job for you. It has way less punchiness than Red Tobacco or even the Intense because it doesn't have a synthetic fake opening. This gives you a realistic cigar smell, and it's kind of like an idiosyncratic recreation of that experience. It's not quite realistic where you get ashiness or anything like that. No, it's like you're smelling a vanilla dipped cigar. It's beautiful, guys. It's really, really nice. Tobacco Vanille, I'd say save up a couple more bucks. And if you were looking for something with the name tobacco, that was the note that you're looking for, Tobacco Vanille is the one. It's way more natural, way more photorealistic of a smell, and it's just so perfect for winter and fall. I think it's appropriately named, right? I still don't think Red Tobacco and Red Tobacco Intense are appropriately named, and that's one of my qualms with it. It could have been named like Red Leather Spice or something, and that would have made sense to me, or Red Vanilla Spice, Red Leather Vanilla, something like that, because that's really what you get with that. It's even woody and spicy in that way. But this Tobacco Vanille makes sense. This could have been named Dutch cigar, cigar smell, beautiful vanilla, beautiful scaled back vanilla. It's not an obnoxious vanilla, but these are the same kind of family, guys. You have this pseudo gourmand tobacco thing that's very, very prominent with everybody right now. There's a lot of options out there. Clones, expensive stuff, whatever. And right in that margin of $100, $80, $120, right in that margin, you could go a little bit more and get your hands on some of those upscale, real actual like refined heavy hitters in its market. And just $85, I'd say $100 is where you get red tobacco. So guys, you can save your money and get other stuff that's tangential or in the same family as red tobacco that do the same kind of thing, but I'd say even better. It depends what better you're looking for. If you want refined stuff, there's more refined smells out there. That's why I don't think the Intense needed to exist, because it's trying to be one of those refined fragrances with the red tobacco DNA, and there was nothing wrong with the original red tobacco DNA anyway. And if they changed it, they could have changed it way more, a little bit more changed. I think they were like either scared to change it a lot because they wanted to stick to the thing, or maybe it was laziness. I don't know. I don't really want to just critique MANCERA's perfumer. I mean, I'm in no position to do that, but my opinion is my opinion, and this is it. I really think that the original is superior. It commits to what it is. It's self-aware. It knows its faults. It knows what it's actually doing. I think the name is a little bit of a misnomer. I don't see why it's named Red Tobacco. I mean, it works, but it's not like the same as Tobacco Vanille. Tobacco Vanille, the name makes so much sense. It's tobacco-centric. It's actually quite simple, but nuanced. Any of these simple fragrances, guys, for me, they're an opportunity to go deeper into those notes. They're an opportunity to really go into the notes and just get those, dig and sink into the layers, into the simplicity of something. There could be multifaceted simplicity. Like a tobacco creation here is very realistic, and there's like a couple of different layers to it, and this is the tip of the iceberg with tobacco fragrances. But I'd say this is the most mass market, easy to access one, and it's really just one that I'm familiar with. I've had, Tobacco Vanille. I mean, I've been smelling it for years, ever since the beginning, before the beginning. This is one of those ones that really stands out as one of the superior tobacco fragrances. Now, there's other stuff like that doesn't necessarily go tobacco centric, but it's punchy and cheaper, way cheaper than the MANCERA. Either one, the Red Tobacco or the Intense, like Bentley for Men Intense. Now, this is a boozier, punchier, spicy, masculine whiskey style of fragrance with this really distinct kind of identity to it. And you get this could almost be in a MANCERA bottle, in my opinion. It has a very similar thing, but this is even in some ways better perfumery in some ways, for sure. And it's $18 or $20. So if you're looking for a masculine, punchy fragrance that really does a similar job to MANCERA's Red Tobacco, albeit this one's actually almost measured better in a way. This one's actually almost more refined in a way than the Red Tobacco, even the original. It kind of gets that vanillic, spicy dry down and somehow makes it more masculine and scaled back and less obvious. It's really a good dry down on this, but you do get a punchy opening as well. Way spicier, way more identity to this one for sure. I like it a lot. It's less on the gourmand aspect and more like just this handsome, don't know what to categorize the smell as, but it's really good, guys. 18 to 20 bucks and you get a similar vibe. And it's like niche, spirit of a niche fragrance to it. I don't know if it's niche quality, but I mean, it's really good in the air. I've had my friends wear this and I got to like experience being, third party to how this smells. And it's really, really good, guys. This one should be on the radar. If you're looking at Red Tobacco and you like something like this, it's very similar. You might actually have some redundancies between the two. And then I'd say another way to get after this DNA, but I don't know, change it a bit. You still get a punchy masculine thing. You still get really nice quality to it. And you get to be part of having a Nasamato, which I think Nasamato to me is one of the most fun fragrance houses I've ever discovered. I really love what Alessandro Gualtieri does. It was one of the first niche houses that really opened my eyes to like creativity and just doing your own thing. And most importantly, really cool bottles and marketing. So Duro, which means hard, I think in Spanish, but I don't know. It might mean hard in Italian as well. But yeah, this is a great, great fragrance right here. And it's very similar in use case. Like it's a masculine woodsy, leathery fragrance with bit of spice, a little tiny bit of spiciness, and it's just excellent. It's really, really excellent. It reminds me of something from, 30 years ago, but it just doesn't have that like quintessential vintage kind of thing. Something about this really, really great, and it's only a few more dollars than the Red Tobacco, right? Red Tobacco is like $85 to $120 range. This is right there, and this is a really good fragrance made by a niche perfumery in Italy. Like, this is a little bit different, guys. This is more upscale in my opinion. It's more high quality. And it smells magnificent in the air right now. I like to wear this, and it's a very similar use case, but it doesn't smell like red tobacco at all. There's no vanilla in this. There's no spicy, identifiable coziness to it. It's a masculine, punchy fragrance with woods and some leather concealed in it. A little bit of synthetics going on for sure. You do get a synthetic masculine vibe from this for sure. It's not like a natural smelling, beautiful fragrance. It's an aggressive, punchy, manly fragrance. And my biggest compliment to this thing is that it knows what it is. It commits fully to what it is. And that's why I like it. This is also only a few dollars more than that MANCERA, and I feel like you're getting in the same ballpark. Duro is really good. Definitely check it out. It's not a video about Duro, but I do want to have it on there. So there's this family of these punchy, masculine fragrances, guys. This cozy sort of winter, cool weather kind of thing. This punchiness. I really enjoy it. And I think Red Tobacco Original hangs with that family of fragrances. But it also lets me wear a vanilla heavy fragrance without being obnoxious on vanilla. It's cozy, warm, sweet, spicy, and it has this synthetic thing going on, but it's committed, and that's the #1 point for the whole video. Red Tobacco has better identity than the Intense. For me personally, it doesn't have an identity crisis. The Intense, though, for sensitive people, for someone who wants something more refined, go with the Intense. My challenge to you is just sample some of the ones I just mentioned. Sample them all. See if you get the same experience that I do. See if you come away with any kind of learning from it, learning from the experience. Try to wear them a bunch of times before you make a conclusion. That's what I had to do with Red Tobacco. It took me about 2 years to actually get a bottle of Red Tobacco after dabbling with it, not liking it, dabbling with it. And then finally, somewhere in the dry down, everything just clicked for me, and I started to understand where this fragrance stands amongst its peers, and especially after they made the Intense Flanker. It all makes sense to me now, and that's just how I see the reality of this thing. Hopefully this was some value to you guys. I'll talk to you guys in the comments about this, whether I'm on target or not, whether you agree or not. I think that I basically captured the main differences between the two without even going into the notes that much and comparing this for that. So if you guys like the performance, the original's the cake taker, okay? If you guys want something refined, a little bit less, bombastic, I don't know why you would go with this DNA anyway if you want something scaled back, but Red Tobacco Intense takes the DNA and scales it back. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the comments. Keep them coming because it gives me good ideas to provide value for you guys. Later.